Alright, so I've had a lot of you ask about the last problem on the summation homework on that Google form. So I'm going to give you a couple steps to get started. I'm not doing it for you because you guys will be able to resubmit it for credit. So the first thing you want to remember is that if something is just a number, it can go to the front of your summation. So for instance, this is really like being divided, or 1 over n to the 4th. N is a number, so I brought it to the front. So that's why in step 2, and even for the rest of the problem, you will have that 1 over n to the 4th in the front. So now we're on to this next step. So when you're looking at this 4i squared times I minus 1, that looks really messy, but if you distribute, you can rewrite it. Just like how we did with derivatives, you rewrite it to make it a little bit easier for yourself. So you rewrite by distributing. When you do that, then you can still use all your formulas. You have your formula for I cubed, you have your formula for I squared. Now you can apply both those formulas here. You can take a 4 to the front. If you notice that they're both being divided by 4, that might make it a little bit easier too. So that's like an optional next step, is to bring that 4 to the front, where it would look like 4 over n to the 4th. The summation from I equals 1 to n of I cubed minus I squared. You can continue to break this down even further and make it 2 summations, or just use your formulas, right? You have your I cubed formula, you have your I squared formula, and in the end, you're going to end up with actual values. You get those values from plugging in the n's that you're being requested. So after it's all done, you're asked for n when n is 10, when n is 100, when n is 1000, and when n is 10,000. So what you want to do is, instead of having to redo your whole problem for each of these n values, you're going to apply your summation rules. So apply your summation formulas, and then once you do that, just kind of make a note of whatever you have. When you kind of get it simplified as best as you can, then you're going to plug in 10 for all of your n's and get a value. Then you're going to plug in 100 for all of your n's and get a value. It's almost like finding different function values, if you want to think of it like that. You're finding a function, and these are the different x values that you're plugging in. So again, what I want you guys to do is to complete this problem, submit it on Google Classroom and or email, and then you can receive credit for this problem on that Google form. So complete and submit. We'll just say in email. In an email by Friday. And that'll be Friday 4/10. So it's a little challenging. Remember what we did with derivatives. Rewriting it is going to make your life a lot easier. So we took our value of n to the 4th to the front, 1 over n to the 4th. We distributed. We could also take that 4 to the front, and then you use your summation formulas. Once you get your final answer, then you're going to plug in your n values. So you plug in 10, get an answer, plug in 100, and so on.